Will Brooks, Chicago's own, fighting out of American Top Team. That's where we are in South Florida, Coconut Creek. Brooks will fight the Carny Nik Lentz at UFC 216 on Saturday, October 7th from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Brooks Lentz will be before the pay-per-view. They will be fighting on FX. So you guys could check them out on FX, which begins at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be a great event, UFC, a big event. What are you looking forward to, Will Brooks, about this fight coming up at the T-Mobile Arena on Saturday?
Man, I'm definitely excited about this fight. It's a great opportunity to go out there and compete, and you always want to compete at the highest level. And being able to fight in Vegas is always fun, But right now I'm 1-2. My start of my UFC career is not going the way I want to go, But you recognize that you take responsibility for whatever goes on and you piece it together. And I'm excited to get back out there and really put on display of who I am as a competitor and just get back on track,
You mentioned you're 1-2, but I believe you're 18, 19-3 overall.
Yeah, I think I'm 19-3.
19-3 overall.
So
Former Bellator champion.
Yeah.
You've got some pedigree there and all. So
yeah.
What's it going to take for you to get past that next hurdle?
I think it's just showing up and being focused, This is a sport where the second you lose focus for a split second, you're in trouble, And that's one thing that I have recognized, that I haven't been focused on what I'm doing. I've been focused on other things outside of fighting and competing in the gym and going out there competing in the octagon. I put a lot of my energy into trying to be the best father and husband I could be. This past year I got married. This past year I had my first kid, and I put a lot of energy into making sure I lay the foundation to be the best father and husband I can be. And by doing that, I believe I took a little bit of my focus away from competing and training. And I had a good reason to do that, But unfortunately, in this business, again, you take a little bit of focus off of it, you get yourself in trouble. But I've regrouped and I've found balance, and I'm back. I'm ready to go. I'm back at it.
Family can so mature a person.
Yeah.
It can take you many ways.
Yeah.
For you, you're using family. Is that also part of motivation for you now?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's my new motivation. I didn't recognize it before. I didn't understand what that motivation was before, because my background, a lot of it was coming from a background of struggle and sacrifice and suffering and being bitter and upset and thinking, why does that guy have this and I don't, So that was a huge motivation for me, and that's what pushed me to become a Bellator lightweight champion. That's what pushed me to become 19-3, and what made me make the decision to switch over to the UFC and compete at this level, So this is something that I had to make that adjustment from being angry and upset and being aggressive in that mindset and being motivated in that way, to now having understanding I'm motivated by my wife and my daughter. And that takes a little bit to understand, that idea of being motivated and being happy in life, So I found my balance in regards to my outside life and where I'm at now, and my motivation with being a husband and a father, and my motivation of competing at a high level. So I found that balance, and I think I'm ready to go.